Antonio today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
Good morning. Nonstop News starts right now. We are the only station that is commercial free for the next 15 minutes. We have you covered this morning, including a look at traffic with Joy and, of course, a look at your weather with Jeannette. Good morning, Jeannette.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday. So we are seeing some action out there, but not here in San Antonio. It's farther west. There is some rain that's coming down across Valverde County and into Edwards County. Very light rain. Nonetheless, roads are going to be on the wet side there. And I am noticing that the thunderstorms across the higher terrain of Mexico are drifting north, headed towards the Big Bend region. There's a departing mid-level low, and behind that we're still seeing some overcast skies and rain in our western zone. Mostly cloudy right now in San Antonio. No rain here, but this afternoon it's going to clear out all across the four zones. Changes coming this weekend. It looks like our next weather maker will be moving across the Gulf late this week, then coming closer to Texas Saturday into Sunday. This could bring us some rain. So be sure to stick around, because coming up in just under 10 minutes, we'll take a look at the rain chances, the best timing for the rain. Your full forecast is coming up in under 10 minutes.
Hi, live from your South Texas Ford dealer Sky 4. That's what you're looking at here behind me. Photojournalist David Mendoza watching over San Antonio for us this morning. So far, it's been a pretty easy day. Now, David, I did notice a couple of flashing lights on your screen there. Give me an update on what you've seen so far.
Hey, good morning. You know, that must be a medical call or something going on, because I haven't heard anything come over the scanners about it. Right now I'm looking at 35. Here are the northbound lanes, construction slowdown. That's about all I've been tracking this morning. We go back a little further and kind of look at 90 over here. We can see that that backup stretches past behind 90. Other than this, you know, this is the main congestion of the morning. I'll keep you updated if I see anything else. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We appreciate it. And here's that delay behind the closure on I-35 northbound near South Alamo Street. About 5 to 10 minutes right now. That's the latest with your on-time traffic.
All right, thank you, Joy. The very latest numbers released by Governor Greg Abbott regarding recovery efforts in the Hill Country. 2 people remain missing, 1 man and a young girl from Camp Mystic. Governor Abbott says Task Force 1 recovered the body of a missing woman in the Kerrville area recently. At least 107 people died from the floods in Kerr County. The 4th of July flood left an incredible amount of damage in Kerrville. In a city council workshop, Kerrville's city assistant manager, Michael Horns, says the city estimates the damage to be between $3 to $11 million. As Kerrville continues in its cleanup and recovery stage, Horns is asking people to separate debris by type.
Construction debris, vegetative tree debris, white goods, as they call it. Learn all these new terms and new acronyms. But white goods being refrigerators, ovens, things that would go to a recycling center where they can dispose of it properly.
The city of Kerrville is also keeping track of expenses for equipment, supplies, and time spent on recovery efforts. So far, city employees have dedicated approximately 15,000 hours to the response of the flood event. Kerrville is keeping track of expenses to be reimbursed by FEMA. The News 4i team takes a look into the different flood siren options lawmakers are considering during this special session. Advocates say these are big sirens, loud warnings, creating time that could save lives in a disaster. Some Texas cities have them already. Kerr County turned down the idea in recent years. Now state lawmakers are taking another look.
When it's an event that is as dire as what we've seen in Kerrville, using every channel to reach people becomes so important to help to save lives.
The benefits, the challenges, and why some say sirens are just one piece of the flood safety puzzle. A News 4i team investigation tonight at 10. New this morning, a man is in the hospital after police say he was stabbed in the eye by his stepson. Police say it happened after they got into a fight. This happened at a home on Gunsmoke Street near 410 just before 10 p.m. The stepson was detained. No word on what charges he faces just yet. His stepfather is expected to be okay. The federal government is dropping some charges in the case against Representative Henry Cuellar and his wife. They were indicted on charges including bribery and money laundering. The government is dropping the foreign agent and public official charges due to a new Department of Justice policy that limits such prosecutions. Their trial is currently set for September 22nd. A fifth person has died after last week's horrific crash involving a stolen car and a bus along I-35 on the south side. The medical examiner's office says 79-year-old Judith Paulsell was killed in the crash last Thursday. These are exclusive aerials from the crash from your South Texas Ford dealer Sky 4. Police say the driver of a stolen car slammed into a small bus that was carrying over 20 passengers along I-35 near Casson Drive. Police have been looking for 4 people who were in that stolen car and ran away after the crash. Well, developing now, San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers are asking for your help identifying 2 people accused of aggravated robbery. News 4 San Antonio's Tawny Davis is live right now with the latest details. Good morning, Tawny.
Good morning, Marisa. Now, this all happened back on June 12th on WW White Road at the store WW Liquor. And police say that 2 women left the store with several items without paying. Now, they say the suspects entered a white sedan after leaving the store where a man was waiting for the 2 women. A 35-year-old man from the store ran after the 2 women as the vehicle drove off, and that is when police say the man in the car pointed a gun at him. The employee backed away from the car, fearing he would get hurt if he didn't. Thankfully, nobody was injured, but police have not been able to identify any of the suspects since the incident. So if you have any information that could lead to the identification of any one of these suspects, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-7867. You can be eligible for an award, and you will remain anonymous. Reporting live, I'm Tawny Davis. Back to you.
Emma Allen at the live desk. An update to that massive fireworks explosion in California at a fireworks facility. You can see it right here. An incredible video that happened earlier this month. You may remember that explosion that killed 7 people, leaving many in the area to evacuate. Well, now a lawsuit is underway. Farmers in that area saying they are feeling a financial toll from that explosion after it cost them acres of their farmland and pricey farming equipment. The lawsuit claims the defendants, which is the owners of the fireworks facility, failed to comply with basic safety standards. The lawsuit also making claims that landowners and farmers didn't know what that site was that live right around this area until it was too late. That is the latest from the live desk.
President Donald Trump just announced trade-related developments involving 3 nations. And the biggest news was about the deal he says he reached with Japan. News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon has more on what that looks like moving forward. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. The president calling it the largest trade deal in history, this massive trade deal with Japan. Here's how it goes. It is America's 5th largest source of imports. This long-awaited agreement includes a 15% reciprocal tariff on Japanese goods exported to the U.S. The deal also calls for Tokyo to invest $550 billion into the U.S. Trump also saying that America would receive 90% of profits, but did not say how those investments would work or how the profits would be calculated. President also talking about reaching trade deals with Indonesia and the Philippines. He says both agreements call for 19% tariffs on goods imported to the U.S. from both those countries. Meanwhile, there is an August 1st deadline looming for a U.S.-Canada trade deal, and it is fast approaching.
Well, I mean, we'll see. We're working to get the best deal for Canadians, and that's the focus now.
So far, it is not clear if and when that agreement will be reached and if it will make that August 1st deadline. We'll wait and see if that happens. Reporting live, I'm Christina De Leon. We will send it back to you.
All right, Christina, thank you. Chris Paul is leaving the Spurs after 1 season. Paul became a free agent after playing all 82 games for the Spurs last season. Paul says he wants to play the upcoming season closer to his family. They live in Los Angeles. The U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee has barred transgender women from competing in women's sports. The change was noted on the website under Athlete Safety Policy. It references an executive order President Trump signed in February. This follows similar changes made at the NCAA earlier this year. Venus Williams is now the oldest woman to win a WTA Tour match. At 45 years old, she defeated 23-year-old Peyton Seams in the D.C. Open Tuesday night. This is Williams' first tournament in over a year. She joked with interviewers after the match that the high cost of insurance is what brought her back to the tennis court.
I had to come back for the insurance because they informed me earlier this year I'm on Cobra. So I was like, I got to get my benefits on. Started training.
Williams has won 7 Grand Slam single titles and 14 doubles titles alongside her younger sister, Serena. Rock legend Ozzy Osbourne died at the age of 76. Fans gathered at his Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame to pay tribute. Family members say Osbourne passed away peacefully, surrounded by his loved ones. His death comes just weeks after his farewell show back in 2020. He revealed he had Parkinson's disease. Osbourne's music career took off in 1968 when he became the lead singer of Black Sabbath and later went solo. Here in San Antonio, many remember the headline-making moment from 1982 when he was arrested for urinating on the Alamo. On social media, the Alamo said they were deeply saddened to hear of his passing and shared how Ozzy returned years later to apologize for his actions and learn the site's history. Ozzy Osbourne was 76. We also talked with former KISS DJ Chuck Stanley, who interviewed Osbourne several times, including in 2003 when there was a press conference at the Alamo before the launch of Ozfest.
He had a love affair with the city because the city embraced him, and he embraced the city because this city is just rock and roll to its core and has been since the 70s and all the way through the Joe Anthony era, all the way through era of San Antonio radio.
Stanley also talked about his experience interviewing Osbourne in Austin in the 90s after the incident at the Alamo. And you can watch all of that on our website, news4sa.com.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette Calle.
And even though it's just going to be in the 90s, right, it's going to feel like 103.
Over 100, yes.
Yeah, you will.
Actual air temperature will come close to 100, if not exactly 100, but with the humidity, yes, it's going to get over 100. At least the heat index will, and that's the temperature that you want to dress for. So keep that 103 degrees in mind. We'll take a look at more heat index temperatures coming up. Here's what to expect. So we are starting off with some clouds this morning, but by this afternoon, it looks like it clears out, becoming mostly sunny, hot, humid, and breezy today. Watching the Gulf because later tomorrow and especially Friday going into the weekend, we may have a tropical disturbance on our hands, and that could come close to the Texas coast, bringing us a chance for rain just in time for the weekend. Clouds and radar. Speaking of rain, there is still some rain out west, and notice that a lot of this is tapering off even more. It looks like just a band of light rain to the north of Del Rio. Also some light showers getting into Edwards County. Thunderstorms there over northern Mexico, slowly drifting closer to the Big Bend region. It looks like that gusty storm is starting to weaken, may not make it towards Valverde County. It is a lot more cloudy in our western zone, and of course we're seeing the rainfall there. That's on the backside of an area of low pressure in the mid-levels that continues to slowly pull farther and farther away to the northwest. By this afternoon, it does turn out mostly sunny all across the 4 zones. There's rain across the high plains. This is around the rim of the heat, around the area of that high pressure, the heat dome that's sitting across the lower Mississippi River Valley. Area of showers and storms sitting off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina. Pretty disorganized. Nonetheless, bears watching because that is associated with a trough of low pressure, which will be crossing Florida, then eventually moving into the Gulf. That has a very low chance of tropical development. Regardless of development, as I've been saying, it's going to move into Florida, producing heavy rain there later today into tomorrow, then spreading heavy rain closer to the northern Gulf Coast Friday. Now, going into the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, looks like it comes closer to Texas, and this is the weather maker that's going to help to bring us rain. Looks like the center of that will stay off towards the south, so we'll see some rain on the northern side of that. Because it's a tropical disturbance, we could have some pockets of heavy rainfall, so we'll continue to watch that closely. It looks like that then moves away on Sunday. For planning purposes, closer look at your weekend with forecast, and we could tweak this. So keep in mind that you want to stay with us. 20% rain chance Saturday, and as of right now, we're going with a 30% rain chance Saturday afternoon. 20% rain chance Saturday night, 10% early Sunday, 20% late on Sunday. A couple showers, maybe a thunderstorm. In the meantime, for the next couple of days, we're going to be on the under the influence of the heat dome that will be expanding farther to the north and west. We'll get up to about 99, 100 today, 100, maybe 101 tomorrow. That'll back off on Friday. Mostly cloudy at least until 8, then becoming partly sunny. This afternoon, mostly sunny, 99, 100 tomorrow, low 90s on Saturday. Then it looks like it heats back up as it dries out later Sunday, going into early next week. You can get the extended forecast for your zone online at news4sa.com. In the eastern zone, 40% rain chance later Friday and on Saturday.
All right, we're up to a 10-minute delay in the northbound lanes of I-35 as you're approaching that closure near South Alamo Street. So that has gone up. Still not as high as we've seen it in the past. So we're thankful for that at least. But that's going to be our only significant delay as far as your major highways. Everywhere else, it's kind of just that usual morning traffic that's starting to pick up here. We have photojournalist David Mendoza in your South Texas Ford dealer Sky 4 this morning. So let's get the latest from him. David?
Hey, good morning. Right now I'm following 151 west, headed towards 410 for reports of a vehicle fire. Haven't made it there yet. But this morning, no major accidents, no major delays. I'll leave you with that. Drive safe and have a fantastic Wednesday. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We appreciate you looking into that for us. For now, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday indeed. With school starting in just a few weeks, a reminder about our Drive Away for Education campaign. If you buy a raffle ticket, you'll be entered for the chance to win a brand new car, and by doing so, you'll be helping thousands of local students with school supplies. The tickets start at $25. And all the money raised will go towards Texas Yes. That's a nonprofit that provides free school supplies to more than 70,000 students across Texas. But your money stays right here in San Antonio and helps around 22,000 kids. Just scan the QR code on your screen and buy a raffle ticket. The raffle runs until August 3rd. The winner will be announced live on air Wednesday, August 6th, right here on News 4 San Antonio. And Jeanette's here with a last check of your weather. Hot.
Yes.
With a chance of rain, maybe.
The weekend, the chance of rain.
Nice.
Yeah, but take that extra bottle of water with you today because it's going to get a little steamy out there.
All right.